Hi, my name is Donna Swanson, and I'm the Executive Director and co-founder of Focus Center for Autism and the Fresh Start School. We've been in business for 21 years now serving the autism community. We have, like I said, the Fresh Start School, and which is an approved special education program, and I'm proud to say we just got approved for 5 more years, which is quite a feat. And then we also have residential supportive housing programs. We have a supportive housing program in Barkhamsted for teenagers up to 21 with autism and trauma. And then we also have a supportive housing program in Torrington for adults and young adults with autism and trauma. And like I said, we've been in service, been providing services for 21 years, and are very, very proud of what we do and how we do it. Thank you, Nutmeg, for having us on your show. And today we are Life on the Spectrum, and we're doing quite a few of these. And today we have with us Andrew Pienkosz and Sharon Cable. Sharon Cable, and we're going to be talking with Andrew about his life on the spectrum, and Sharon in her role with Andrew and the young adults. Actually, you're an adult. How old are you, Andrew?
32.
32 years old. 32 years young.
That's right.
That's right, because you are young at heart.
Yes, I am.
Now, you started at Focus. You went to our after-school program for a very little bit.
Yeah.
And then you've been with us since 2010.
That's right.
And you started in our supportive housing program. First, we were in more of a group home setting, and now you're in your own apartment with a roommate. And how's that going?
It's doing good.
Yeah. And how long have you been at Washington House? How long has Washington House been?
I think it's been since 2015.
I think you probably... See, you guys know the dates better than I...
I think July, like in July of 2015.
I think you're right, Andrew. I think you're right. So, Andrew, you know, how old were you when you found out you had autism?
I think around, like, in the range of between 9 and 10.
And how does autism affect you?
Well, it affects me well, it affects with my social.
Yep, socially.
And like mentally too.
Yeah, okay, so socially, how does it affect you?
Like friends, like not having enough friends, and
hard to make friends, right?
Yeah, that too.
Why do you think it's hard to make friends?
When you have like someone on the spectrum, and because like you have like your like tics abilities and other stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your abilities, your social skills.
Yeah.
Not always knowing how to read people.
Pretty much.
And one of the biggest things that you deal with every day is anxiety.
That's right.
Right? And you're one of those, when anxiety hits you, what do you do?
Like panic and shut down or
exactly. That's how some people go out of their shell and some people just shut down. Yeah. And that's you.
That's me, yeah.
And how do we know when you're anxious?
Sometimes I don't talk to others, and or sometimes I'm in my room.
Right, or you just kind of flutter away.
Yeah.
We get to know you pretty well, and or when you say, "I'm good."
Yeah, when I say I'm good, when I'm not.
When you're not, yeah, and we can tell by the way you say you're good. I can tell when you say I'm good, it means I'm not good, and I don't want to be bothered.
Yeah,
correct?
That's right.
So that's code for you. And you try not to be rude, and you're not being rude, but you are being firm and saying,
yeah. I'm good.
I'm good? And can anybody talk you into anything when you're in that mood?
Not really.
Not really, no. So we really try to respect when you set that boundary.
Yes.
Because if we were to keep talking to you, That
Yeah.
gets you what?
More upset
More upset
and anxious.
and more anxious, and then more stubborn, right?
That's right.
You do have a bit of stubbornness to you.
I do.
You do. And does it come in handy sometimes?
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Yeah. So today, your stubbornness got you here.
Yes,
And that's a good thing, because I really thought, because you've been struggling for a couple weeks.
I was.
Yep, you were. And so I really thought that you weren't going to come today. And then, guys, Adam took a picture of you doing what?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, and that you were going to, if I had to bet, I really thought you would not come today. And so I am just so thrilled that you did come, and so proud of you for being here. And I think you are proud of yourself too, right?
Yeah.
Was it hard to get yourself here today?
Not really.
Because you made up your mind.
I made up my mind, yeah.
And that's the other thing where you're stubborn. Once you make up your mind,
Yeah, that too.
you usually follow through, right?
Follow through with it, yeah.
Right. What are some of the obstacles that get in the way and help you, make you shut down?
Obstacles like cleaning up.
Yeah, cleaning up or something. Sometimes things seem so big
That I shut down.
that you shut down. And sometimes it's hard for you to accept help.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they think that since I'm 32, they think that I can do this on my own. Mm-hmm. But in reality, I do need help.
Okay. So if people think that you can do it on your own and you do need help, but then at the same time you refuse help sometimes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that's kind of how does that work?
Yeah, that doesn't really.
It really doesn't. So do you have any solutions to that? Because sometimes it's just that you're not ready to do something, it's their time, not your time? Pretty much. So maybe one of the things you could do is they could say, today's the day you have to do your laundry. Let me know what time you want to do it.
Yeah, that's the one.
And do they do that, or?
Yes, they do.
They do. And then do you follow through?
Yes.
Okay. So when you feel more like a partner.
Yeah.
Because I know that one of the things that people say about Focus sometimes is that we care too much and we try to help too much. And sometimes you guys, especially the young adults, and the adults, you just need a little space before you end up doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Sharon, what would you say about Andrew? I love Andrew.
I liked it when we were talking about laundry and you had a huge pile of laundry.
Yeah.
And for you, Sunday is laundry day, is it?
Yeah.
And we said, well, any day could be laundry day. So if you come up like Wednesday or Thursday and you see you already have a pile, if you do a load, then it's not so overwhelming on Sunday. So I think you weren't you doing a load or two on Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
So that by Sunday, it wasn't so much laundry that you just were overwhelmed.
And wasn't one time when we were doing the Zoom thing, I folded.
You can fold during Zoom.
Yeah, I did
and that way
that.
you have company, you can talk, and you can still get the folding done. Sometimes you just get tired of it. You see a huge pile of laundry and you don't feel like folding anymore. But if you can talk to people and listen, it makes it a little more fun. Or put some music on.
He's done with the laundry.
I'm good.
That's enough laundry.
Did you hear that? I'm good.
But that's a good.
I love it. I love it. So we're going to move on from that, right?
All right.
How about cooking? Do you do any cooking?
Sometimes.
You're not one that likes the stove, right?
Yeah, I'm a microwave kind of guy.
Yeah. And I think that's important for people to know that sometimes our guys they're afraid of the stove, right?
Yeah.
So
they're learning. They're trying to persuade me to go from microwave to the stove.
okay, because it is a
Good tool.
good tool, right?
Yes.
So when you think about your challenges and your abilities, what are some of your autistic abilities?
Well, my autistic abilities is my challenges is also like getting help, like thinking when I don't need it, if I do need it, and and also becoming, becoming like a shutting downer.
Yeah, a shutting downer, and that's one of the side effects of anxiety is that it can really, especially when you're talking about panic, like that you get it so that it starts little and works its way up, and then the only way that you can see yourself getting out of it is to completely shut down. Yeah, and do you take space then? Or?
Yeah, in my room.
In your room, so that does help. And what are some of your abilities, your talents?
Yeah, my talents is I'm a board game connoisseur.
You're a board game connoisseur, and there's nobody here that would disagree with you on that.
No.
Because you are.
I am the king, or what they call me, Mr. Monopoly, because I have a collection. Some of my collection is Monopoly.
Yep. I know, and you have quite a collection of Monopoly.
Yes.
And the one I used to like that you brought around had it kept track of things, or
Yeah, I still have that.
you still do, because it was like it was great. It was like high tech Monopoly,
yeah,
right?
I still have that.
Yep. And what other games do you like?
I like Life. I like, the game of Life.
Yep.
And Yahtzee, and classic games.
Yeah, you like the classic games. And
I'm also speaking of classic, I'm also a classic video gamer.
okay, I did not know that. What video games do you like? What makes you a classic video gamer?
Makes me a classic one is by having games for the Nintendo NES and the Super Nintendo, and anything in between, and I have a PS2.
So you're old school.
I'm old school, yeah.
Yeah, and I know Alan. Alan from years ago.
Yeah.
He loved his NES and the old games. There's a real market for that too.
Yeah, it is.
As well as for the new stuff. But there are those people that really love the old timer stuff.
And speaking of board games, Sharon.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I do for Sharon. I do a board game every Wednesday and Thursday.
So are you trying to tell me that you're a game show host with
Yeah.
Sharon?
Yeah, something like that.
You are. You absolutely are. You are
Sharon?
the game show host. People look forward to seeing you, and he puts on the whole persona of the game show host,
Yeah.
right? You entertain us.
Yeah.
You make funny noises when we lose or don't do it right.
Yeah.
The only frustrating part is
Yeah.
on Zoom. Sometimes we haven't played the game before,
Yeah.
and sometimes we don't
Sometimes.
do it right, and that can be frustrating.
Yes, but sometimes I do. I go step by step. I go over how the game is played.
And then we get it.
And then they
we're
get
able
it.
to do it. And a couple times you had to make an adjustment because we couldn't see what you were seeing.
Yeah.
And you've been more and more flexible with that.
Yeah.
And I think that was hard in the beginning.
It was
because
hard, but
we weren't
now
getting
it's better.
Yeah. much
So Andrew, it was hard in the beginning
Yes.
and almost discouraged you,
Yeah.
but then Sharon never gives up either. Talk about meeting stubborn, right?
Yeah.
I kept coming after
and
you.
because she believed in you so much,
And now she did.
and that's why she would not let it go, because
Yeah.
she really felt that this was your talent, and
It is.
it was something that you could share and bring joy to the other people. So I'm really glad that you were able to work out your shyness, your frustrations, the glitches, and the other thing, Sharon, that you guys do with Andrew is if he's had a hard day or whatever, he is allowed to be able to say, you know what, today's not a good day for me.
Yeah.
And usually there's a good reason for it. It's not just you're not being a slacker. You're
No, because something is going on with me.
right, and we are very understanding of that. Correct? Like today, you might be supposed to be doing a game show,
Yeah.
but what did Sharon tell you when we first got here to tape?
Well, said something that I may like take a break because of this.
Yeah, because this takes a lot of energy,
Yeah.
and we're going out to lunch afterwards,
I
right?
know.
So you might be tired when you get home, and you'll get a pass.
Yeah.
And that
Sometimes.
works out good.
And sometimes I got a pass because the Zoom
Oh.
link doesn't work,
Yeah,
or that there's another event coming.
right. And one of the things we did to help with that is that Focus went out and got each floor their very own computer.
Yes, for the Zoom.
Right, so it's not your personal computers or anything like that, because
I have my own personal computer.
yeah, you have your own personal computer, but we were
This is
trying to
like
solve
for the Zoom thing.
the Zoom thing, and that was one way that we did it, and I think that
And
that
it's
has
still
helped.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So your challenges are social, anxiety, stubbornness can be a plus or a minus.
Pretty much, yeah.
The other thing that's, you've been seeing your family, which is
Yeah.
you love.
I love. And I think a month or two ago, I went to my aunt, visited my aunt.
Yep.
She
And you-
lives in Middletown.
Yep. So that family's important to you.
Yes, it is.
And now people, are able to see some family, especially with being vaccinated and things like
Yes.
that. It's safer for people to be together that are related, et cetera. And I know family's really important to you. What else what advice would you give to anybody, parents or kids on the spectrum?
Well, if I gave advice, I'll tell them, like, it's like I found what I found. In the words of a certain video, this is for also people who are also on the spectrum.
Okay.
Having autism is not a disability, it's just a new ability.
It's a new ability. You heard that on a video game?
No, just a video on YouTube.
Oh, a video on YouTube. Awesome. I happen to agree with that, don't you, Sharon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Our definition at Focus of autism is creatively wired and socially challenged. And
Yeah.
so I think that just sums it up. It depends on where your wiring is, but one thing everybody has in common on the spectrum especially is anxiety, and
Yeah.
learning how to manage that is key. And relationships, developing relationships. Like you pretty much trust Focus, right?
Yeah.
Right. Even though you don't know, even if you get mad at us, you still trust us?
Yeah, I still trust you, yeah.
Good. Because we can be frustrating, and we can,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, everything can be frustrating with Focus, but they still love us. They still love me.
Yes, always love you.
Yeah.
And do we believe in you?
And they do. And you do.
Yes, absolutely. Sharon, what would you add to Andrew? What
I don't really need to add too much today. You're really speaking pretty clearly for yourself. I think one thing people sometimes miss if they aren't that familiar with autism is they'll think, well, he did it yesterday, why can't he do it today? Well, today the anxiety is too high and you can't do what you actually could do yesterday. Yeah. And I think especially with grown-ups,
Yes.
people get frustrated with you or they don't understand, but you just did this and now you can't do it today. And it's just that the anxiety level for whatever reason is higher on that day and you're having more trouble. So if you can let people know that, maybe it'll help them understand. But I think, especially as adults, that becomes more of an issue.
right.
People don't understand.
And Andrew, what is it that you're 32.
Yeah.
What would you like to see yourself doing in the future?
Well, if in the future I could be since I am sometimes I can either be go into acting or since I am a foodie, I also like a food critic or something.
Yep. Yes, you are. You have good insights on food and
Yeah.
And
And also, yeah.
go ahead.
And I had like an opportunity for, and sometimes it's hard for me to, for like the me, because I have like a big weight problem too.
Yep.
But I had a savior come, and that was Bristol Hospital.
Okay.
And I watched a video of like their bariatric surgery. It's gonna be great.
So you're looking at possible bariatric surgery and
Yes.
and as a way to help you.
Yes.
I think that would be great. That would be,
Yes.
you know, you have to make the changes too,
Yes.
but the video really helped, right?
It did.
And made it
did.
clearer to you.
Yeah.
And well, if and when you do that, I
Yeah.
want to wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you. And it'll be my first ever surgery.
Yep.
Too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's you struggle with that, and
Yeah, I struggle with weight. Yeah.
you still get out and go for walks and do stuff. It's just not easy for you, right?
No, I like get winded.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I did not want this episode to end without you doing a couple impersonations, because
Yes,
you
because-
mentioned
Because I am an impersonator.
you're an impersonator, and you mentioned acting, and acting is also very, a lot of people can act and get out of themselves in that way. But
Yeah.
how about you do 2 impersonations for us?
Yes.
And we'll see if we can guess.
All right, first one is this. You want them Jello pudding pops. You know who that was?
We know
Who is that?
That was Bill Cosby.
That was Bill Cosby, yep.
We know that one.
You've been doing that one for
A lot of years.
A lot of years.
A lot of years.
How about one more?
All right, here's the last one. Wait. Still thinking.
Still thinking.
And that ooh, here it is.
Want me to let you off the hook on this last one?
Yeah, I think so, because
You're getting kind of stuck. You have so many in your mind, you're having
Yeah.
trouble picking which one?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. See, I'm also a good impressionist too.
Okay.
But sometimes I don't know which ones that I like and which ones that I can do.
Right. Which one do you feel like doing here on
Yeah,
on-
that is like age appropriate.
Oh, thank you for thinking about that.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that.
yeah, that too.
Yeah,
That too.
that too.
That too.
So, Andrew, how do you think you did here today?
I think I did pretty good.
I think you did very well. What makes you think you did well?
That since this was my, well, not my first time.
First time in a long time.
In a long time, yeah. Yeah. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I was here before, and I I talked a bit, then I got knocked down and went to sleep.
You fell asleep, right?
Yeah.
He's not
Do you
saying a
remember
word.
what that show was called? We have 22
Yeah.
episodes, I think, on
That.
Focus on the Spectrum. I forget what it was.
I don't know what that was, but that was
That was in the old studio.
that was the old studio, yeah.
We had fun though. We did a whole bunch of them, and I do remember you did your spiel, and then all of a sudden I look over and you're like this. But that's you. You're
That's
on
me.
or you're off, right?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And Sharon, I know we're getting ready to wrap up. Who's anxious?
I
You're
was anxious today because I realized as we were talking, that was a lot of pressure on Andrew. That whole time you were talking, you were the main focus, and you were talking. I saw myself kind of wringing my hands a little. I thought, oh, I hope we didn't push him too much.
Nope.
And you did a great job.
Oh, he was asking you
fabulous.
questions. He was
Yeah.
asking me questions. He was, you were rocking it there, kid. And you seemed comfortable. So you overcame that little piece of anxiety, right?
Yeah.
That's good. And we wish you nothing but the best. And I think it's almost time for us to wrap up. Do you have a final word you'd like to say to the people out there?
Like I said, having a disability means you have a new ability.
You know what? That's a great thing to end with. Having a disability means you have a new ability.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. I like it very much. And I want to thank you for being on Life on the Spectrum. I want to thank Nutmeg TV for having us. Sharon, you're thinking he did pretty awesome, huh?
I do. That was a lot of talking, especially
we
since you
should
haven't been
feed them
doing it.
after this, right?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Nutmeg, thank you so much for having us on. And Life on the Spectrum, like us on Facebook. You'll see Nutmeg will be kind enough to put it up because I have trouble remembering all this stuff. I'm getting old. But we love being here, and thank you so much for having us. And Andrew, thank you for being here, and
You're welcome.
Sharon. Adios. Join us again. Take care.